I'm looking over our state senator, he should be here soon, and our councilman. We have, and Borough President Eric Adams, not coming, but Andrew Bernardis and Lou Fiddler and Richard Barrick, in fact, are representing the Borough President. Thank you. On the Department of Building side, we have Department Assistant Commissioner for Intergovernmental Affairs, Patrick Whaley. Got it. And David, on the Brooklyn Community Liaison, it's David Nussbaum in the orange shirt. Okay, and we have Tim Hogan from enforcement, right? Yes. Deputy Commissioner for Enforcement. And let's see, Vito here. Vito. And from HPD we have Vito Mosociello, okay, Deputy Commissioner for Enforcement. And we have the Fire Department, Ronald Spadafora. He's the Chief of Fire Prevention. And also from the Fire Department we have Captain Tim Smith, Community Affairs. And from the United Firefighters Association, John Kelly. And from Community Board 10, our District Manager, Josephine Beckman. And we also have representation from Community Board 11, District Manager Marnie Elias Palmier. Is he here? Yes. Right here. Well, I will skip to the rest of the folks, and we'll take Vinny take the mic because he's got something else. Vinny, thank you for that.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you to you and your committee. Let's have a nice hand for the committee and for the work they've done on this issue. There are handouts that my office handed out tonight, and I'm not sure everyone got one because we probably ran out, given the big turnout here tonight. So let me just quickly go over with you some of the things that we're doing from the city council level, and then you'll hear from the state and you'll hear from some of the agencies too. Obviously, we all know what the problem is, so these are some of the things that, that I'm doing at the city council level with others on the city level. So let me tell you about a bill. The bill number is 393 of this year, I'm sorry, last year, 2014. It would allow the Department of Buildings to issue summonses and notices of violations for illegal conversions based on circumstantial evidence. Now, that would be, for example, the number of mailboxes or the number of utility meters that are going up, number of doorbells. Okay, those are only examples. They're not limited to that. Not limited to that.
The councilman is just giving his presentation. We're going to go through a number of issues, so give us a chance to continue.
Well, the issue is with circumstantial evidence, which now they don't use, is that otherwise the buildings department enforcement needs to get in to see what is inside the building, and in most cases they can't get in. They're not letting, and that requires them to have to try to get evidence sufficient enough for a judge to sign a warrant. That's a very lengthy, uncertain process. What this bill would do is give them another tool and say, if based on even conversations with neighbors, based on their observations, based on circumstantial evidence, they can then, if this bill passes, allege an illegal conversion and have the owner or contractor come in and answer that charge. Right now we don't have that. This bill would do that, and you'll see that if you have this flyer. Also, 439 of 2014, that's Bill 439 of 2014, that this is what I call the bad actors bill. And based on some really good work that our community board has done, and Joe Beckman as the district manager, they have found in a lot of the illegal conversions in our neighborhood, it's usually the same or a group of the same contractors that are doing all these illegal conversions over and over again. So this bill would suspend or revoke the right of these contractors to certify their own construction work when they file with the city. If they have at least 2 applications that have caused a stop work order, if they have at least 2 in a year that cause a stop work order for whatever reason, then they will lose their right and their ability to certify their own work. And that's part of the problem. We allow the city that happen. We got to stop that self-certification. And that's what one of these bills would do. Some new bills that we're now in the process of putting in. One of the new bills would hit them in the pocketbook if they're found to have an illegally converted space in their building. They would be financially responsible for relocating the displaced occupants of that house. And that would be up to 6 months in a new locations for the tenants that are forced to vacate the buildings that have been illegally converted. So that will hit those people in the pocketbook being responsible for relocating all the people that are in that house. And you know how expensive that can be. And that could be a deterrent. Serve as a deterrent of doing this over and over again. So that's one bill that we're working on right now. Then I'm joining the Borough President, Councilman Jumaane Williams, and some others on the City Council to introduce a bill that would create a violation that would immediately hazardous violation of aggravated illegal conversion, which would be the creation of 3 more spaces within a single existing living space or part of one. The reason for this bill would constitute a comprehensive attack on illegal conversions. And I know the person from the Borough President's office tonight is here, right? Borough President?
Right here. Right here.
Right there, okay. Oh, look at that. So I'll let Andrew speak more about the bill because it really started with the Borough President. We're introducing it soon in the City Council, and we're working with the chair of the Buildings Committee, Councilman Jumaane Williams. So this is a multi-pronged attack from the City Council level, and certainly we're reaching out to areas in Queens where the situation is as bad or even worse than we see here. There are many more complaints filed with the Department of Buildings in places in Queens, but it's bad, it's getting bad all over. So that will be, that's the City Council approach right now, and we can talk about it some more. My staff member will be here. He drafted a lot of this legislation, Michael Bistri, so he will be here, and I appreciate that. And thank you for allowing me to break the sequence here. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you. We'll get back to our introductions. Let's see, from the Borough President's office, we went Public Advocate's office, Alan Busey. Nicole Meliataka's office, Nicholas Chambers. From the Controller's office, Ari Pagan, is he here? Okay. From the office of Councilman Jumaane Williams, who is the chair of the committee that oversees the Department of Buildings, and that's Ahmed Paula? Yes. Paula. Is there anyone here from the Felix Ortiz's office? Okay. So, at this point, what we decided to do is to have 2 case studies about what's happening from residents in the neighborhood. And the first one up is Janine Bardo. I'd like to welcome Janine Bardo. She's a resident, and she's in Dyker Heights, northern Dyker Heights. I believe 71st Street. Janine Bardo is an art teacher and a longtime resident of Dyker Heights. She is a working member and contributor to the Brooklyn Housing Preservation Alliance, and she has experienced firsthand the changes that we are all seeing. Her perspective is a narrative about what she calls the new normal.